volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance. Woo! All right. Welcome to the Purge. If you dare to come in, you jokers. Yeah, can he make it disappear? I can't do it. I don't know what's wrong with my hand. Yeah, there it goes, and there it's back, and then it's gone. Who knows? 1, 2. Oh, he did it again. It's magic, folks, here at the Purge today. Come on in. We got the Brian Koberger blow-up dolls for y'all today. I got Minerva over here in the corner. I can't touch my camera too hard. You see? Oh, there goes the camera. I told you not to do it. Darn it now. You got to rebroadcast again because that wasn't perfect. I'm going to start over. Oops, what the heck was that? I don't even know what's happening. Oh, I'm pushing a button. Got a lot today. Lot today again. We're doing it here on the Purge. Yeah. Can you hear me? Oh. And I'm back. Just what you were afraid of, pal. Let me just adjust my set. Yo, it seems like I'm not that. Like my voice ain't working right. Is this loud enough? Is this? Oh, it's echoey. Don't seem like something right. Something ain't right. Let me adjust my set. Let me clear my throat. Let's see. 1, 2. Louder. That's okay. Not very loud. Hello. Turn it up. Maybe it's setting. I'm forgetting. I don't know. How you doing today? Welcome in, everybody. It's nice to see you today. Get a late start. We had a 12-hour broadcast there, or 10-hour. I fell asleep during it. I don't know what happened. I don't know. This is the cool look now. Trying to be a motorcycle cop on the side. So we're gonna open up the chat lines. Chat lines are now open. And where are you guys? Stupid. Hello, dorks. Kaboom! So, from the East Coast to the West Coast, from California to Clearwater, Florida. This is the Purge, and we're live, and I'm putting this on a piece of tape. I do everything with tape. Now, and you can adjust your picture if you want to. Where am I going with all this? I don't know. I just want to get rid of all this. And what a day, huh? I hope you're doing fine Sunday night. What are you doing tonight? What are you up to? You with your girl? You with your loved one? And I'm gonna tap this in here. Hopefully you can hear me now. You can see here, I'm going to start off. There is no response still. And it's not looking good, guys. It's Thought Riot. Beautiful Thought Riot. Not here anymore. I don't know what happened. It doesn't seem right. Oh. I'm trying to move over here. Okay. Happy day. Yeah, you can see here. I wanted to point something out. I applied for a job at Starbucks not too long ago. I wanted to be a barista. You know, why not? Why not be a barista? And they I forgot what they sent me, but it was something like, yeah, that's not going to work out for you over there. So ever since, though, they've been sending me, you may want to apply for this job, Kane. Check us out. Boom. And it's like, I live in Florida. This one is Pabst Farm Circle, Wisconsin. They're trying to send me all over the country looking for a job. I just think it's funny. Oh, how AI has saved. So no response from SOT Riot. Many beautiful emails, and no. Anybody else would just reply, but no, not Thought Riot. They just ignore my requests, and what are you gonna do? What can you do? You can't. You gotta move on. So there's that. I'm gonna sneeze here, and it's not gonna be pretty. So I'm just gonna mute this real quick. It's coming. I tweet. Oh yeah. JLR's on the ground over here, man. He just got it good. He just got a wet face. So let's see here. All the mail. And we're gonna go right to the Facebook, see if we can't contact the Thought Riot. Good old Thought Riot here. I hope you caught the 10-hour live on Twiz's channel there where I fell asleep. I don't know if I was snoring. I think I was snoring. I was snoring. You know, a lot of people do. It happens. Whoa, that was a head clearer. I like a good sneeze, man. I hate it when you get that third sneeze. Oh, I got some notifications. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe we got a response finally after 50 tries. I've sent emails to Thought Riot and to... I got tagged in a post. Let's see. A lot of people tag me. You know, they know that I'm out there. Let's see. This is my boy. Look at this. Oh, nicey. This is the old Sam Ash parking lot here where I used to work. Scully and Hizzle. I don't know what that is. One of the best bikes out there. It's a pretty nice looking bike. Good looking bike. Beautiful bike. Close that. The Facebook takes up the space. Oh. But wait, I was supposed to do something there. I forgot. Where is my volume today? I probably slept on my mic. Smushed the condenser on it. Give Thought Riot a little call. Beautiful Thought Riot. Let's see here. Give him a thumbs up again. And phone call coming up now. And they hang up on me every time. Read out. Something went wrong. Probably. That's what always happens. Something went wrong. Try restarting. Chromium based. You don't want to get on that chromium. It's really addictive. I don't know what those cats are doing. They look like they're up to trouble. Okay. No more echo now. We're echo free since 93. And guys, excuse me one more second. I apologize. I'm having nose issues here. I don't want a big stringer hanging down while I'm doing the broadcast. And we're back. Request lines are now open. Come on in, baby. What are you doing? Sleeping anyway? Well, is that better? That's a lot better. Look at that. I like it. How do you like it? Sound good? Okay, cool. So I was going to start with all the Idaho mumbo mambo. But not today, no. We're going to move on. Make sure you subscribe to, I call her 2 Elite. 2 Elite L. Tell it to L. She's got a lot of good stuff she keeps coming up with. This was a great one here. We're gonna get back to it. And this was another great one. I spoke about it if you happen to watch the at Not Dinky, the at Twizzle Dick show with Willie riding his bike, his beautiful bike. It's a nice bike. And a lot of guys wouldn't have pedals on their bike, but not our guys. They have pedals. Oh, Willie and his bike, yeah, I don't know where he rides in the woods and the cop stop him good. Sometimes the harp just does the work for you, you know what I mean? And any good bluesman's got a good pair of glasses. Good pair of cop glasses here. So you got to have the lead Oscar and this is, I don't even have to try. I just, I keep investigating, folks. Just for you. We got to have fun. I don't know. I've had my coffee. I don't feel like I'm sprightly as usual. I need my toilet cup here. Private selection. Okay. So that's for my private collection. And there we go. Okay. So now see what I did? I knew I'd do that. And then get rid of that. There. I can see. Boom. Did you see? Did you? Wait till you see what I have for you today. You're not going to believe your underpants. A lot of fun things, a lot of laughs. We're going to have a lot of laughs here. Make sure you subscribe to Elle. Not enough people are on there. She's very good. Let's get a little nostalgic for a minute. Just a little look back at the old... Let's see if she gets mad at him today.
Guilty.
Commercial. I can't believe they do this to me. Howie Mandel, he's everywhere. I don't know. He likes Skechers. I'll tell you that. Oh, I opened that window. That's the name of that tune. All right. Anybody, come on down. Friends, enemies. You name it. We'll take them all. Take you're tired, you're weak, you're poor. There you go.
Gone through the trial. We haven't even seen all of the investigation and the evidence. There's no way to make a determination right now. You can think one way or the other, that you lean one way or the other. And I understand that. And everyone's opinions are valid, but are not necessarily true. And we can't know what's true until we have all of the evidence. And even then, we may not actually know what's true.
My number one.
Isn't that true? That's so true. And that's why we love Malia. She had a big crush on me. That's probably why they got off the air. She's just overwhelmed with loving feelings and magic today here on the Purge. See how it's done? Do you see? That's you to go like that, and then kadoosh. There you go. Oh, you can't see, but use your imaginations, folks. That's what the magic's all about. It's all about distraction, really. Beautiful distraction. Here we are today. You know what we're starting with. Of course, we're going to start with this one. Boom!
Wow. Oh, float over him?
All right, not corresponding. This is in Munich, Germany here. Folks want to attend. But yeah, check out how glassy that was in the open. It's great. The only part I really wanted to play was this here at the beginning. Thank you for coming to the Purge. Welcome. So happy to have you. I'm going to switch the windows so I'm prettier. And you can see my pretty face right here. Pretty face. Pretty face. Fresh face. If you're not familiar with Mary Catherine Gallagher, you should be. Beautiful Mary Catherine. So look at Glassy. Okay, so what I wanted to play from this is, we used to call them Joeys, like the little kids that surf and they can blast 6 feet of air off a 1 foot wave. But this guy's got a Joey. If you see right here, they broke it. They broke the arm off. It's like a drumstick now. But you get to see this thing surfing. And it's fun. It's good times. It's a big wave for that little guy. Oh, he goes over the falls. There we go. Yeah, this guy's going to crush it. This is Munich, Germany. New wave pool just opened up. My buddy there on Beefs gets to fly over the world because he has super skimboarding skills. Look at that fakey re-entry. I love that. That's fantastic, folks. I'm looking pretty today. I did my hair. I shampooed it today. This is going on hold. We're coming back. This is Euphoric again. Oh no, this is Bubbly Water. We'll come back to Euphoric and Bubs. Good old Bubs. And if you remember this picture, David Loach, naked. He's naked, David. Turn your stomach. I don't know. You know, you see him in a good light. Maybe you like the guy. Maybe you're dating him. I don't know. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna get past all this. We are.
How long you been dating? 7 years. Just dating? What's going on, man? You're what? You're young? How young are you? You're 20. Oh, you're 23. How old are you? You're 26. Okay, all right. But you've been dating for 7 years?
Oops.
Look, I'm not good at math, but I'm good at knowing what the law is. So 16 and 19 is when you did it? Where'd you guys even meet? You met in middle school. Oh, so you groomed him. Who went for it? He went for it. Okay. And you were like... The way you said that sounded like the inside flap of a book for middle schoolers. My number one rule that summer was to stay away from Todd. How long you been dating? 7 years. Just dating? What's going on, man? You're what? You're young? How young?
Oh, she's too old for him. Age is funny. I love age. Beautiful age. Hold on. Wait. We gotta do this. We gotta do this right here. This is just something beautiful. Maybe I should play the guitar for this one here. I think I got a couple play the guitar ones for you because there's music on it. Sorry. Shit up. Little intro for you there. Get on it. That was my wave song. There. Close these as I go. There you go. You see it? Every single one. Keep going with me. Funny. Did I not have enough coffee? I need more coffee. Maybe I don't look beautiful enough. I didn't do a bike ride today. There's no bike ride. Willie took the ride for me on at Twizzle Sticks show, so that was great. That's a killer bike. I got to get one of those. And I'm pretty sure the cops are going to keep messing with him. Check this out. Yeah, you know what's happening. You know what's coming. Oh, no. Man overboard. You see that guy? He's just, woo! Lost at sea, bro. Lost at sea. Sorry. Shit happens.
Oh, I admire you. I also try to buy my clothes in packs of 5 with a bonus shirt. It's awesome, man. It's such a good value, you know? Just when I thought Fruit of the Loom couldn't get me, they throw another shirt in the pack. Oh, man. Oh, I admire you. I also try to buy my clothes in packs of 5 with a bonus shirt.
One of those guys got
This
me
guy
one time.
literally invented the future of transportation. His name is Frankie Zapata, and he is the creator of the Flyboard, a futuristic hoverboard device. The Flyboard has a top speed of about 90 miles per hour and can fly without needing to refuel for 10 minutes. At max speed, you can get a range of about 15 miles out of this bad boy.
Pretty cool. I want one. Would you fly a Flyboard? You get 10 minutes out of it. Another truck. Oh, no. You're going to need a new tire. There we go. Right? See you, kid. Bye-bye. Woo! Is there anybody out there? I can see all the people watching. There's 85 people. No likes, nobody in the chat. A beautiful chat. Enough of that. All right. Next one here is probably, what is this? Oh, this is a deep fake. Did you catch that? I hope you did. Just running through them real quick today, guys. A little something. This is I can do that trick. I showed him how. This is for my grandpa.
Can I pet it?
You can let her smell your hand. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Gentle. You're okay. Good girl.
I'm waiting for the thing to
So
bite
this
his
here
hand.
is Sierra. Sierra is a
the guy is.
6-month-old velociraptor.
This is real. Can I pet it?
You can let her smell your hand. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Gentle. You're okay.
He
Good
sells
girl.
this pretty good, though. I love
Oh
it.
my
So
gosh.
this here is Sierra. Sierra is a
gosh.
6-month-old
A 6-month-old velociraptor. That is some funny things. Funny things, guys. That's funny. What do we got this? You got to be smarter than that. Okay, yeah. This is fun.
Yes, you feel me?
Oh, I messed
You
it up.
feel me?
I blew it.
So dumb ass. That's why I love my job, because I don't know why these dumb ass people think that we ain't never going to catch their ass. You feel me? You feel me? So
The look on the guy's face, though, I ruined it. I'm sorry. Okay, this is what Twiz was theory. This is the Twiz theory. He says that Brian Koberger somebody had a mask made for him. Somebody's deleting comments and putting them in. You can cuss in here. It's okay. I don't know. YouTube doesn't even know I exist. And so, yeah, Twiz wants this mask. He wants to get one for Halloween this year. He wants to get one made of my face, which is great. I take it as a compliment. And they have these are $1,000. It'll says right here, and they have government ones that are even more convincing. But this is as convincing as you can get. Check it out. This might be a shock to some.
Mask costs $1,000 and is almost undetectable. This is just a consumer grade model and the technology is getting better and better. One could assume that a government grade version of this, which would cost a lot more, would be 100% undetectable. Do you think this is going too far? This mask?
I'll tell you what, if I can get a hairline like that again for $1,000, I'd do it. It's better than Hair Club for Men. Oh, this is fun. This is just a kind of a cute one I'm throwing out there. Yeah, that's all there is to that. It's pretty good. Pretty cute. Good things. This guy actually surfs on his bike. I'll hum a tune. Let me think of a topic. Coffee tables. They're neither coffee nor tables. Discuss. But this guy can surf on a bike. Imagine being able to do that. Look at it. It's just weaving around people. Very cool. Very cool. A lot of skills. He goes all the way down there. A lot of talent, these people. These people on the streets wearing white. And our next one here is Didn't See You There. And you might get a laugh out of this. So I'll just talk over it. You see, there's a cop here. And there's a guy here, and he's doing something. Lights it right up, and whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, that's the end of that. Okay, and I'm just gonna roll right through these here real quick. I just wanted to get on the line and say hey to my up lady folks. Is it? I don't know if it's 4 or 2. When's the daylight savings go? When does that happen? Let's watch this one. I don't know what's happening here, but it has music. Sorry, I think it's a megalodon. They found it on. They were in a cruise ship and they found a megalodon. So now you know there's real megalodons out there. The beautiful megalodon. I remember as a child in New York City at Trump Towers. So this one's pretty good. This is the hot one for the day. Yeah. So she gives her a drink. It's thirsty girl. Yeah. Oh, whoa. You can see right through that, can't you? All right, next one. Going right through. I got a lot of them. You can see all the beautiful windows are open. All the windows. Come on in. Chat lines are now open. It's only 2 in the morning. What are you doing? Put the kids to bed and come on. Grab yourself a coffee. Have yourself a sip. I'm going to make a coffee as soon as I finish this. I'm going to have a little coffee and keep it going up late. And somebody keeps deleting messages. I see him pop up. Somebody's teasing me. It's probably Swamp Rose. We like to play peekaboo. It's our thing. This is pretty funny. This is good things. So I'll let it speak for itself.
My daughter thinks that you are so cute. Oh my God. Stop! What's your name? Will. Will, good to meet you, Will.
I don't even remember this one. I don't know.
Bet you don't have the balance to do this. Ready? Interlock your hands. Push down. And look at the bottom of your foot behind you.
Okay. This is green screen, so it's got to be good. I love those apps. Okay, road rage here. I love the good road rage every time.
Titled idiot behind the wheel.
Never stops.
What are you doing? You still f***ing asshole.
Wow. Oh, oops.
Oh my God.
So apparently they backed up on the shoulder and still went back.
This is a driver's worst nightmare.
Good thing, scrolling through. And the next one here is, this is, I got to get the guitar for this one. I don't know if I can play this song or not, but listen to this.
1989, an unknown songwriter went back home to visit his parents. And when he got there, he saw that his 10-year-old brother had started playing guitar. So as musicians do, he got out his own guitar and he started jamming with his little bro. The future rock star told him that he had an idea that he needed to work on and finish. So right in front of his little brother with him playing along, the whole song came out and he wrote it right there. And even though the song was not a Christian song, he was inspired by the fact that his father was a Baptist minister and being home gave it a religious overtone. A few years later, the singer-songwriter formed a new band and recorded this song along with a bunch of other ones, basically as a songwriting demo for himself. But the songs came out so good they released them as an indie album in '93, and then a radio station started playing the tune, and then another radio station, and Atlantic signed them.
That was 1.5 seconds, YouTube, so don't even try to copyright strike me, because that wasn't even 1.5 seconds. I swear. I'm not lying. We're going to talk about Idaho 4 here today. Other things happening. The gulp of anxiousness.
Be scared of the kitty. Come on. It's okay. It's just a kitty kitty.
Oh, my gosh.
See? It's okay. You don't have to be scared of the kitty.
Look at his eyes.
Come on.
He is
it's okay.
terrified.
It's just a kitty kitty.
That big old dog is scared of the cat.
It's okay.
I can watch
You don't
this
have
one
to be scared
all
of
day
the
long,
kitty.
my friends. All day.
Come on. It's okay. It's just a kitty kitty.
Collective Soul was the band, if you didn't catch that on that
See?
last one.
It's okay.
I think I closed
You
it.
don't have to be.
He came home to write a song, and he came home to his parents' house, found his 10-year-old brother playing the guitar, and he said, I got to write this song. And he wrote the song with his little brother, his 10-year-old brother. The heaven let your light shine down. Anyway, I can't play it. Try this one, Willie.
Wow.
Oh, my Lord. Wow. See if Willie can do that on his new bike. This is my favorite. Oh man, I love this owl, bro. I love this freaking owl. Oh shit, I'm dying. I am. This is another mountain bike. Oops. Wait, he made it. He didn't make it the first time. But I'm sorry. I like these things. Okay. I'll get back to that. We're doing Idaho 4 last here, folks. What a day. Jumped 33 meters. I know my Australian friends in South Africa. I have a friend in from Croatia. She's a big Croatia. She's from Croatia. See this guy here. That's a launch. Serious hang time, y'all. Serial. Another expected mother respect. Nope. Okay, so hold on. Now, me and Willie were arguing about how on the 10-hour Twiz show, we call it 12-hour Twiz show. It's 10 hours, 35 minutes. I fell asleep. Come on in, baby. What you doing, man? I'll put you on panel. I'll put you on blast. Willie said that's BS. Nobody's gonna burn down the courthouse and do the good old boy justice on BK if they let him go. But if you look at this, there's another one, and I'm sure y'all are familiar with the guy in North Carolina whose son was attacked by his karate instructor, and then the dad ended that guy. But this is Marianne Bachmeyer, and they were in court here, and she decided to seek a little mom justice. Oh, the guy ended her 7-year-old. So it can happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be good old boy justice. There she is, beautiful kid. Yeah, and so after that, they started getting a little bit more serious about checking for weapons, I guess, going into court. But she She sure had the plan. Hopefully, she didn't get convicted. I didn't. It didn't say there. I guess I could follow up on it, but we get the idea.
Dump hot tub so much that we made another out of the trunk. Sometimes we use it as a cold plunge. One person gets in the hot, the other gets in the cold, and then we switch. It's great for muscle soreness and really helps clear out those pores and tighten up the skin. Though as a manly man, I wouldn't know anything about that. Anyway, contrast hydrotherapy, but in a carved out spruce tree in the middle of the woods. We loved our stump hot tub so much.
You feel like an elf if you had that house. Come on in, request wine's around open. All right, so this is I have to turn the volume down on this, unfortunately. But you got to see the moves on this girl. She moves like Jagger. Yes, she moves like Jagger. That's some skills right there with the hips. I can't do that. I can't move like this girl. I wouldn't look as good, folks. I wouldn't look as good. Pretty good stuff there. Unfortunately, I had to turn it down. This is a good way. We're close to the end here on the fun stuff. Now we're gonna get serious.
Dude, I'm gonna check to see if the coast is clear. All right. Oh shit, dude, he's still there. What do you mean he's still there? He's still there. He has a crazy look. There's no way he's still out there. Dude, be careful. Let me go see. Dude, I don't see anything. To the left. To the left. Onto the door. Oh yeah, shit. Oh okay. Abort. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Just wait a couple hours and we'll go. Okay, we gotta go through the basement. God damn.
So good. Oh, this one is stuff we like. See you later, piggy. There we go. That's good things. All right. So the first one I have today is going to be AR Hayes, the beautiful AR. Everybody loves AR. We all love AR. Let me make sure I get. I don't know why it's not giving me the thing there. Do the thing. Yeah, do the thing. Don't pay for YouTube, folks. Don't send your kids to the University of Idaho. And here's talking about what I was talking about with Willie.
Interrogate said person. So they will issue a fugitive of justice on that individual or individuals until they are brought into custody, where they will be put into an interrogation room and interrogated. However, in the Idaho...
I'm sorry, he's talking about right now what I wanted to play anyway. The confidential informants.
Idaho 4 with Brian Koberger. Brian had left before he actually became a person of interest. So there would be no warrant issued for Brian Koberger's arrest until authorities were able to approach a judge and request an arrest warrant. Within that arrest warrant documentation, because they had figured out Brian Koberger had left the area, left the state, they would have to include a fugitive of justice memorandum into said charges. Now, what's key to that is once Idaho got the actual arrest warrant and they knew where Brian Koberger was, being Pennsylvania, at his parents' home, when they shipped all of that information up to Pennsylvania via fax, phone, however they did it, email, where Pennsylvania now is on the clock to pursue Brian Koberger to make the arrest. They have to go through a process where Brian Koberger would also be deemed a fugitive of justice in Pennsylvania. Not based on Pennsylvania's lines, but because now he's been known to move. What law enforcement likes to put into the terminology, flee from authorities, flee from law enforcement, as if he's making the attempt to avoid capture. So now that fugitive of justice now is almost acting as if a full-blown national warrant where anywhere in the country Brian Kohberger is pulled over, ID'd, talked to, he would be detained. It's not because he's been indicted. It's not because he's actually the defendant of any case at that point in time. It's not like he's been on probation or parole and broken that and ran. He has an actual arrest warrant issued by Latah County out of Moscow, Idaho, that carries a nationwide fugitive of justice. He can be arrested anywhere in the country at any point in time because the arrest warrant has been secured, and now a national database warrant for Brian Kohberger's arrest has been issued. They still have to go through and jump through the hoops, but what transpired in that little area of Pennsylvania where his parents' home was unnecessary. They did not have to take it to the extent that they did, but we have not heard the full side and the scope of why they did the type of raid that they did to get Brian Kohberger into custody in the early hour of the morning, while everybody but evidently Brian Kohberger was asleep in the home. It seems above and beyond and unnecessary, but we most likely are going to see some sort of attempt of justification at the end of the day, stating they felt as though there was a serious threat to others, and that's why the raid took place the way it did, with the breaking in of windows and the kicking in of doors. That's not always the typical way these types of arrests go down. I understand high-profile, high-risk arrests, but that doesn't mean they do it the way they did it in Pennsylvania. They could have at any moment he walked out of the front door with his parents to go to breakfast, approached him, detained him, and taken him in to the Pennsylvania law enforcement police station, informed him of his rights, and taken him into custody on the arrest warrants that they had. They were national. They were nationwide. They could pick Brian Kohberger up any place, anytime. Obviously, the reason why they did it the way they did, where they raided the house, is it gave them more opportunity and more reasoning to actually search Brian Kohberger's parents' home.
Yeah, that went in a different direction than I remember. I think he talked about it in the beginning. But that it does raise the question, which is if there was a conspiracy with law enforcement, why didn't they take the chance to plant something, another knife sheath or or another knife at that point? And that makes sense. It's a great point by AR. I don't know how he does it. He does great talking. Good talker. AR, good guy. Beautiful guy. And so the next one is a couple conspiracy based things. I think she has. We're gonna start with an easy one, easier to digest. And excuse me 1 second here. Okay. There's Bruce. What happened there? So we'll start with this one here. I don't know if she has music on this. I don't know. Yeah, something. Check it out.
This world was being watched closely. As human beings busied themselves about their various concerns, they were
You got music
scrutinized
here,
and
so
studied.
you kind of just gotta. So this is, I'll stop it there for you. And her big thing here was the law enforcement insiders believe that the co-ed murders in Moscow, Idaho, were part of a bloody ritual by a new helter-skelter cult devoted to striking fear and starting another race war in America, making the rich kids, elites or whatever, feel unsafe at all times. So chat lines are now open. So that's L's theory, and I kind of dug it. I kind of dug the theory. I was like, that makes sense. And then I'll come back to that. The second one is another. It's got music, but I'll play this. It's I believe Jack K. here, and you can see him. He's in the Rocky shorts, and I was talking about this on Twiz's show. And this is, I think this is the same location. It's in one of the rec rooms or something like that of the university. I think it's university involved, where they have the Fight Club. And this guy, Jack K. And they're ready to go. And so we'll play that a little bit there. And excuse me 1 second here. I sneezed earlier and making sure it's not inappropriate. Okay, there we go. That's better. I feel great. Okay. And all right. It's a late night broadcast here at Ransom Radio. Welcome in. Come on in. Request lines are now open. We're going to play a bunch of things now from Telltale. This next one might get you a little bit hot in the pants. So I think there's music also in this one. We might have to just kind of roll through it. Yeah. Yeah, she got the music going. But this is, if you're not familiar with, and these are all people I love, and you see them and they're making these Masonic symbols, and it's right in our faces, guys, all the time. If you haven't seen that video discussing about how satanic Hollywood is, I highly suggest you do a search on that and watch it. Bill Cosby here, Mason, Big Mason. Anytime they're covering, and so he's from Tampa. That Jason Tatham, or whatever his name is. And yeah, all of them, guys. All of them. If you want to go to the next level, you got to get the raccoon eyes. And, you won't find Chris Pratt doing that. You won't find Chris Pratt in here, will you? And so, some people, I feel like they rise above it and they move on. Joe Rogan, these kind of guys. You don't see Louis C.K. in there. They can be famous on their own without the help of any Hollywood idiots. They're all a bunch of idiots. We talked about that, right?
Statement. What I can commit here is that there is a problem in the investigation.
Agreed.
100%. And the reason for that is because I have a pretty extensive expertise in wireless, and what they're saying isn't possible. If it was worded a different way, if it was explained a different way, it is possible to get a geolocation, but not in the way they're claiming. So what is on the PCA is simply impossible.
So if you want to know where Twiz got his info, he did his own research, but he brought it to us at that riot.
It doesn't matter what somebody believes they're an expert of out there. It is not possible to triangulate in that location. So yeah, going back to this though. Now, somebody left a comment here, okay? And this is where we're going to dig into like the technology parts. And I do want to highlight this comment just because I think it's important for people to understand how, like we say this all the time, listen to us, don't believe us. Take the information as a carrot and verify the information. Who knows what we could be wrong in? we're looking at things scientifically, objectively, where science is wrong 99% of the time and right 1%. If
Dual Joeys. As I was talking about Joeys earlier. Love those surfing Joeys.
evil techie genius dude, and she was like helpless to that, when more than likely she probably didn't know how to like install the camera. Nothing in here
Like
suggests
screwing it in the wall.
Yeah, no, nothing in here suggests that she didn't understand technology.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like how to download an app and sign up like a normal account and
How
just
to download, pay for it, how to look at where your logins are and located, where, you know what I mean?
So there was also the question, did somebody broke in and moved things in this lady's apartment? There's a question of whether she had an ID to access the BOMB area making of the, I guess, the Pullman chemical department, whatever it was. Anyway, I don't think she did. I imagine that she was in law enforcement. She probably would have got somebody else in law enforcement to do it for her, unless, she just trusted her neighbor. So there's that. And then you got Euphoric. Again, we always got to have Euphoric, and he's always got to have music, so we're going to give him credit. Please sub and like. Here, give him a like. And we'll go through what was going on December 15th, 2022.
And I'll be the first one to say it because you got to see
this
what's
is
going
Pubs.
down on
I'm
here.
sorry.
This
is Pubs.
This was a combined effort. Yeah, this was a. They both should be put on stand for this. Yeah, both towns. Okay, it says here, the roommates were evacuated from the apartment and Pullman officers attempted to speak with Kopacka, but he had barricaded himself inside, reports say. Well, we've seen the body cams. It doesn't look exactly that's how it goes down. And supposedly, when they got there, one of the roommates was already out. That's so the police report says, which was Jordan Baker. We all know who he is now, I think. I'm not going to put a bunch of pictures on this one. I'm just going to read it and get it over with. Because I could just put pictures to faces, to names, to cars, to places, to events. That whole video would be totally changed. It won't be what you're looking at here on the police report. It would be just chock full of receipts, basically, is what it is. A photo, in my opinion, is a receipt, especially in this case. So Whitman County Regional Special Weapons and Tactics SWAT team included Whitman County Sheriff's officers, which is WCSCO, PPD, Pullman Police Department, and the Washington State University Police Department, Wazoo PD, responded to the incident. Well, what they forgot to tell you is that also Moscow was there. Fry and Payne were both there. They called for backup with a drone. They wanted a drone to come in, and that is Payne's job. That's what he does. He's the one that was in charge of the program from the get-go, from the drone program. So that's in the 2022 annual MPD annual report. It says it right there. It was a new program they had. I don't know if that was 2021 or 2022. Might have been 2021, but all I know is that he was in charge of it. Okay, so according to reports, prior to the use of lethal force at 3:58 a.m. on Thursday, which would be December 15th, on Thursday morning, officers on scene attempted to negotiate with Kopacka through verbal communications and less lethal tools. No. They yelled at him. They weren't communicating with him. That is so, whoever they say is in charge of that, the negotiation and the talking.
Just so you know, this is all things we were talking about last night, and I wanted to kind of go through some of the better insights into a look into what happened. Now, it's odd that they're sitting there drinking coffee in the hallway when they got a supposed gunman in his apartment on the next door, and then firing through the walls and no response. It's just keep going.
Taking them down, especially someone with PTSD like that. They bad. They did bad. I mean, they really, really need some help up in these police departments when it comes to that kind of stuff, because it was atrocious, absolutely atrocious. I mean, they put him over the edge. If this is the case, if this is truly the case, what happened here, they're the ones that should be on trial, because in my opinion, this was murder. This was murder. Kopacka was a U.S. Army veteran. States his Corbeil Funeral Home obituary, having served in the U.S. Army from 2005 to 2009 in the 2nd Battalion, 508th Parachute Infantry Regiment, 4th Brigade Combat Team, 82nd Airborne Division. Well, 82nd Airborne Division. That was also the one that Brett Payne was in, by the way. Kopacka had fought post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, for 16 years.
Wow, I did not know that. What?
From his service in Afghanistan. States the obituary, the family urges everyone to learn all they can about PTSD to understand what veterans go through so that they can get the help they need. I feel that the family wrote this in the obituary for the Pullman Police Department, for the SWAT team, for whoever was down there. Because this is what they're saying. Please, they're urging people to learn about it. The cops, because they didn't treat this as anything of the sort. It was a trend. It was atrocious. It was awful. Past reports state Pullman Police Department crisis negotiators and the Whitman County Regional SWAT team's negotiations were unsuccessful due to escalating behavior and continued danger to the public and officers. Okay, if you listen to the body cams, there's many of them. All the officers had their cams on. They all recorded it. There's many different recordings. And every one of them is just suspicious as all get up. I mean, they'd go for the longest time when they wouldn't hear anything. And they're saying that he was escalating and a danger to the public. They are a danger to the public, in my opinion. According to the Washington State Police press release sent out the afternoon of December 15th, Kopacka was shot at 3:58 a.m. Thursday morning by a member of the Whitcomb County Regional SWAT team and found deceased when the apartment was cleared by the SWAT team. There were no officers injured. Of course there weren't. The Washington State Patrol will release the name of the involved officer at a later date. Past reports state that Washington State Patrol will be the lead investigating agency in the incident. Well, if they're anything like ISP, that's going to be farce. The Police Area Law Enforcement Critical Incident Response Team, PALECIRT, PALCERT, I don't know, however they pronounce it, is currently investigating the officer-involved shooting. When the PALCERT investigation is complete, the case will be forwarded to the Whitman County Prosecutor's Office for review. Past report states. So, indeed, that's what they did. And then when it came back, it was very interesting. I mean, it listed, the officers that were there, the 4 that they claim were victims at the hands of Brett Kopacka on December 15th. Jordan Baker was in there. That was allegedly the roommate that called the 911 call. Christian Yenna was named on there as the other roommate, and on the body cams it shows them extracting a roommate from the apartment that had nothing in it, by the way. There's nothing in there, no furniture, no pictures, no nothing, no tables, nothing. There was nothing in there, and except for a guy and a dog. So when he comes out, you can hear him say to the officers when they're saying, come out, and they're like, hurry, come out, and he's like, he said something like, I'm old or something. It was really weird what he said, like almost like he couldn't run, like he couldn't get out of there fast because he was saying he was old or something. It was weird. Anyway, so out comes this guy with the dog, and he she asked him what his name is, and he says, Gabriel. Well, that's really interesting because they claim that it was Christian Yenna that was in there and the other roommate. Yet the guy says his name is Gabriel, and he stuck to that. He stuck to saying his name was Gabriel when everybody around him called him Christian. So that's really interesting right there. Yeah. So obviously, to me, it didn't seem like he was in much of a threat. If he was in there in the apartment, and you know, if he was going to shoot him in 5 minutes, he would have probably been gone by then. You know, if Brett was going to do that. Not only that, but they told the guy outside that called 911. He was saying that he had a big long gun, like a rifle. And when they asked Gabriel, he said no, he had a little handgun or something like that. And Gabriel actually acted like it was no big deal. The way he acted when he got out of the apartment, he was more miffed at the police, I think, than he was, and scared of them than he was Kopaka, in my opinion.
More scared of the police. And so we have two reports of a gun. One says a long rifle, one says a handgun.
Opinion. Okay, so I'm with this police report. So I'm going to go ahead and go back one day, not do the 15th, I'm going to do the 14th first. So hold on. And I'm bringing you the Moscow Police Department. I might do the Pullman later, but right now I'm going to do the Moscow one because it just tells its own story. So this is that, see, when did they say that they got there? Excuse me. 8, what time was it? 8:34 p.m. is when they said they were dispatched to over there, which is weird because I don't believe that's what their body cams said. Like, their body cams, no matter what call they're on, does not match up with their reports at all in either Moscow or Pullman. So I made coffee today, you guys, and I make this coffee that so I've been putting in, let me see what it is. I've been putting in bee pollen. I actually got some the other day. Hold on, I'm reaching right now. And I put in MCT oil. It's a powder, and it's from coconuts. And it's really good for you. So I put in a package of that and put in, just shake a bunch of bee pollen in there. And then I use a little teeny bit of creamer, and then I put cayenne pepper, hot Mexican chili powder, cinnamon, and on the other one,
if you have type 2,
2 L's and not 1, which I find interesting. Okay, back to the police report. Okay, so that was the stray animal one. Large black and white dog, orange collar. Oh God, oh my God, you guys. That's Christian Yenna's dog. What is going on? That's the one that comes out of the... Sorry for the noise, you guys. It's going to be a little bit noisy for a second. That's the one that comes out of the apartment with so-called Gabriel. Interesting. Code violations. 1000 block of West A. The side...
So to me, you can lie all you want. It's just when you lie during these unalivings, it doesn't necessarily make you a suspect, but it offers suspicion to the entire situation. Why would you lie about your name right there?
Sidewalks and whole property are covered in snow, and the property managers are not removing it. Ongoing issue. Snow removal company contacted. I wonder who owns that company. 1000 block of West A. I'll write that down. I'll look at it later because I got to get through this police report of 1000 block of West A Street. Snow. Okay. Domestic dispute at the Latah Recovery Center. So it's where you go to recover, obviously. States a male and female are yelling. Male threw a water bottle at female and then keys. Unknown weapons. RP states they both walked into Cafe Artista. White female, pink hair. Black jacket, red and black buffalo plaid shirt. White male, black hoodie with hood on. Well, immediately, where this takes me immediately, and I don't know if it's who it is or not, but that's one of Jordan's staples that he likes to wear. It's a black jacket, red and black buffalo plaid shirt. And not only, wow, this is nuts. This is really actually crazy. I didn't think it was going to be like this. That checked red and black checked one is also hanging in the closet in R40 space of the 600 Palouse River Drive, where James Curtis Leonard lives, where the wifey called in, after she got beaten up by him, and said that these guys in R40, they think they're the ones that did it. They drive red cars. Well, there's a guitar in there, which I know that Jordan plays that. He likes the music. The clothes, there's at least 3 articles of clothing that I have seen him wear in his videos that are hanging in that closet. Who the pink-haired person, I do not know. That's interesting, but it shouldn't be hard to find out, right? I mean, how many pink-haired girls are there in town? Very interesting. Oh, look at this. Which one is this one? This one's... Wait a second, let me look.
Now, you can get a university degree in bubbly waters now. It's available at the University of Idaho. They dedicated her new degree at the Healing Garden the other day, if you didn't catch that. But this shenanigans and madness continues in Moscow on the daily. It just maybe I'll play the Moscow police blotter from the last couple days, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's listen to Bubs.
Here. We're at A. Okay. 1100 block South Main Street. So, South Main, we've got gunshots. Okay. This was also heard the morning of November 13th. Was gunshots. Heard what sounded like 7 or 8 or 10, a series of gunshots, and a car sped off. It could have been fireworks. Could have been, but probably wasn't, in my opinion. Oh, look at this. Well, look at this, you guys. 1100 block of King Road. Reporting a drone hovering over the area. Report taken.
Wouldn't that be interesting if there was a drone? What could you do with a drone on King Road?
You just can't make this shit up. Just can't.
There's so much that so many have missed, and this is one of them.
This is December 14th, 2022. This is a month and a day after the horrific things that happened on November 13th at the King House. 1122 King Road. Now there's a drone hovering over the area. Traffic violation. West Pullman Road, Palouse Mall. Vehicle driving at a high rate of speed, erratically doing donuts, subject contacted and trespassed. Report taken. There's another one. Get that one. Welfare check. Requesting a welfare check on an employee. Officer arrived, no report. Officer closed call out on own, likely could have been changed. I've never seen this read like this before. Officer closed call out on own. So the officer took it upon himself to close this call out on his own. Likely could have been changed. What? I've never, ever seen anything written up like this before. That is suspicious as all get up. Oh my God. Another 1600 block of South Main. Reporting loud noise. You don't say. Traffic offense, road rage. West Pullman Road, right back over there. Occurred just where they couldn't locate, right? Oh, actually, no, they did give him a report. So, occurred 45 minutes ago, slammed on RP's window and screamed at him that RP cut him off. RP states he thought he was going to break his window. Alcohol and drugs. Pullman Road and North Line. 2-vehicle accident, not blocked with no injuries. Officer responded and arrested a female for DUI. Report taken. Okay, so that was on Pullman Road and North Line Street. Female for a DUI.
So, the drone one is what? Anyway, okay. So here's another Bubs. Like I said, you can get a degree in Bubs if you wanted to. And I wanted to stop there. I don't know who that is. What an interesting picture that is. Like I said, we got to get back in this Wayback Machine. I'm trying not to do. I'm not doing that thing that nobody wants to talk about or look at anymore. But guess where we got to go? We got to go there. It's a dirty, dark road. It's a nasty place full of tin hat stuff. And if you remember before the arrest, everybody was researching and looking into it. Bubs has never stopped. She's never believed this crap from the beginning. Many of us were relieved, we got the guy, everything's going to be cool. And then we got tired of explaining their stupid narrative and trying to twist it and make it work. It doesn't work. We know that. What a good time.
Here to look for this. I didn't get on here to look for this at all. But this popped up. I was looking for the pumpkin thing with Kaylee, which is weird. But this is David Baruch here, whatever his name is. Anyway, this is this. I'm gonna have to show you the video after this because I don't want to go back and hit all the replies to open them back up again. But it's about frats and the ratio of black guys in there. I think what it's about. Anyway, it just says this is extremely hard, and it says looks familiar, and Lambda used to be the only blacks until Lewis and Gilbert. And then Floyd says, nice edit. Party Beast by Grace. I wonder if that's the one Kaylee was mentioning. And then that's in Hawk as AF. Oh.
Space there. I know my way around this house. Like, I could come in here. I'm going at this point with all the virtual tours I've done. So here we are in Bethany's bedroom, and here.
I don't know if that's gonna be I wanted to play this. I don't know if it's a copyright strike necessarily, so I'm gonna let it roll since we're at the end of the video here. I guess everybody's sleeping sleep tight, babies, and hopefully you watch this tomorrow. And we're going in the Wayback Machine, guys. Looking at Bubs, looking at Thought Riot, looking at the guys, and keeping it going.
Why is no one talking about this? From the police body cam the night of the Idaho murders.
And she got a lot of comments. And she got a lot of comments.
So here we are back on Banfield. And let's see if we can't blow it up a little bit for you. That's nice right there. That doesn't look too. And this would be on, I believe this is Cyray's phone, or Cyray. Saeed or whatever his name was. And that looks like somebody reaching up, laying on the ground, with somebody holding him down. Okay? If you don't remember these Banfield photos. And that'll creep you out. So if this does turn out to be some type of broadcast event, how many people will be implicated? I mean, I think it was Darling Nikki last night had a wonderful monologue for us on the Twiz show, and she is fantastic. A lot of experience. Not a detective, not a lawyer, but she certainly has the experience to be either. She's talking about the fact that there's more than likely they're bringing in phone records and bringing in other evidence to this case that are going to be struck down by the defense. That basically what she's saying is that they're back building a case against someone else while they have Koberger in jail because they can't release him without another defendant. They don't, and they also, I don't think they'll ever release him because they have, they don't like to admit they're wrong. So it would be more likely that they would have a co-defendant.
What that looks like to me is a girl standing up, having to put her hands in something. It looks like actually a toilet bowl. It's what I thought it was at first. Yeah,
To me, what it looks like is somebody laying down. That's their chest. That's one arm up. That's one arm up. And that's somebody smothering them, holding them down. I don't know, that maybe somebody's saying this. She's saying this is blood. And this would fit the area where they cut that big piece out in, I think it was Maddie's room, of drywall. So you have to kind of just get in that Wayback Machine with me. Roll on back. And here, we'll get a little bit more in just a second here and now.
There's other pictures in there that I kind of saw weird stuff on, but that one's definitely not one of them. I mean, it is if you're putting your hands in the toilet bowl. If it's not that, it's a screenshot of Kaylee from one of her TikToks. What the heck?
There's a picture coming up here.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll start. We're not going to do this one. Too much.
Why is no one talking about this? From the police.
Or droplets of anything dripping down the foundation. This picture was taken on October 30th, 2022. Two weeks before the murder. Notice the
So these are the ones you guys have to go back to and
See,
2 weeks before the murder.
already there, she was talking about going back. But if you notice the foundation, I believe this is the foundation here, where the blood was running down the wall or whatever, and you can see clearly there's no anything running down the wall. And what I really wanted to get to here was the theory that especially with like Tell It to L, what I brought up was, like with the Manson thing, was there why are they so convinced that it was a targeted attack right away and crime of passion and all this? Was there a message like in the Manson and the Sharon Tate and LaBianca murders? Was there a message written on blood in blood on the walls, and that's why they cut out the pieces of drywall. And maybe, you know, if it's indicative of the Manson thing, that would be very shocking. Also, imagine waking up to that if you were actually sleeping, if you were doing whatever. So that's something to chew on.
Murder. Notice the.
And then she can end it.
So these are the ones you guys have to go back to and check out because they're like literally in the beginning. And look at this one's got 101 replies on it. Jesus. I mean, geez Louise. So I'm just going to kind of play this. I just had a coughing fit, so I'm afraid if I start talking, I'm going to cough again. I'll save this one for later. Maybe send it to myself and read them later. Kind of.
So yeah, that was where I was going with this whole video. Is that it's kind of a fantastic theory. It's very tin hatish, like I said. But the whole thing is tin hatish, isn't it? And this is where we got to go, guys. It's an ugly, dirty place, and it was also brought up by, I believe, Darling Nikki, that there were also security measures installed in the house, along with Xana's lock to her bedroom, that there was cameras installed in the house. And as of the date when the Cowboys arrived, there was 103 pieces of evidence. And after the Cowboys left, the next day there was 113. So there could be 10 crucial pieces of evidence that were brought from that night. And imagine that there was an actually running camera in Xana's room. That's going to shut everybody up in every direction. That'll explain everything, depending on. So that's another thing that I wanted to make sure everybody got out there if you hadn't watched the Twiz broadcast. The Twizzleverse, as they say. And so the next one here is where I kept bringing up. They had the coroner on TV before the gag order, and like I always thought that she looked like a deer in headlights when she was talking, and I feel like she was instructed on what to say and maybe slipped a couple things out that weren't supposed to be said, if you're with me on that. And this is talking about that from Live Now Fox. So let's see if we can avoid the music here in the beginning, probably.
That we have been following very closely here on Live Now from Fox. It's been 2 weeks since 4 University of Idaho students were found stabbed to death in their rooms. While police and federal agents have said they are following up on hundreds of leads, no suspects have been named, and there are still so many questions. I do want to bring in Joseph Scott Morgan. He is a forensics professor at Jacksonville State University and does have a hit podcast. Thank you so much for being here with us. We appreciate it.
Hey, good morning, Joshua. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Well, first off, your thoughts on this case that so many people are paying so close attention to.
Well, I think the first term that comes to mind is complex, and just the sheer volume of physical evidence that's going to be found at the scene could be quite daunting for all of those involved. the biological evidence, specifically as it's related to blood evidence, and of course from that springs DNA. And so it will make matters very difficult to weed through. The trick is how well are you planned in advance for an event like this, and what resources do you have at your disposal? The rub is, however, when you're talking about a smaller jurisdiction, they're not used to handling a case of this magnitude. It's not a knock against them. That's the reality of it. It's rural America, and they don't deal with quadruple knife related or sharp force injury related.
Yeah, and apparently they put their most inexperienced detective on it. In my theory, it is to have a live-in fall guy for the case failing or whatever it is. I mean, he's already taken the stand and looked like a complete fool, not able to answer any questions about the largest case in one could say U.S. history. Maybe the Lindbergh case, a little bigger. Abby and Libby definitely rivaling it. OJ. But I think in the long run, this one's going to be the blue ribbon.
Homicide. Not many people do, actually. This is kind of...
Most people have no clue that in 2024, the best way to make money with Amazon is not by...
All right.
Have DNA from the others. But if the same weapon is being utilized, and this is just the weapon, we're not talking about DNA that the perpetrator may have left behind or anything like that. You're moving from victim to victim to victim to victim. And when this happens, there's a commingling of DNA. And so to try to unspool that and in the lab is difficult. Anytime you introduce another person into this environment, they're bringing along with them their DNA, and it just...
So that ends at the theory that this crime scene is contaminated from the get as 8 hours go by, and we know at least one person went into the house and trampled through the crime scene, completely making it contaminated and given the opportunity for something to be planted, such as a knife sheath. So there's that. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta kill the music on it. But these were the weird things that appeared up. And, like I said, we got to get in the Wayback Machine. Some of these things you may have seen or may not have seen. These are all the weird little memes. And thanks to Euphoric for that. There, some of them you may have seen, you may have not have seen. What they did to, obviously we all at this point were wondering if he was, who he was, what he was. And so the incel theory comes out. And just to look back. It does feel like a game of Clue. So it's not a game for sure, but so many suspects, so many viable suspects with so many bad alibis. Jack D's ballot, where was he? And I said, okay, well, if we're gonna look at the phone records and they're bringing in new phone records, was his phone confiscated? I don't believe it was. And so they've maybe had to do their law enforcement work to find out. So maybe that's whose phone records that they're bringing into the case, Jack D. And if you ask any, or if you look back at most breakup situation, you'll find that the suspect or the actual guilty party is closely related to the person, such as a boyfriend. an ex-boyfriend. And you can't sit here with what we've seen, especially from this university, before and after and during, that none of these people would be capable of this. Now, if with enough planning, and it's living in such a close proximity to 1122, any psychopath can look like a genius and plant evidence and all these things and keep us in a twist for 2 years with a little bit of planning. Prior proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Whether you've seen these or not, trigger warning. Not my problem. And isn't that what the vibe that you get from Dylan? She is subpoenaed to come, as Willie said, to help her friends in this trial by testifying, and she hires a lawyer to get out of it and asks, am I going to get arrested if I don't come? I don't want to come back there and help them out. Why would I do that? Not my problem. So this is the confidential informant thing. I apologize.
Do you like?
This week, search warrants unsealed in the First State murder put the focus on a confidential police informant. According to the warrants, the informant claimed Maxwell Anderson revealed a plan to kill and dismember Sade Robinson before the two went on a date in April. 12 News legal analyst and criminal defense attorney Dana Adams is here with us this afternoon to talk about this. Let's talk about confidential police informants. How often are they used? And we noticed in this particular warrant, police said they were familiar with this person and had used this person before. How often of a practice is that?
Yeah, so confidential informants are one of the biggest tools in law enforcement's toolbox. Again, you're having somebody who knows something because they're in the streets, they're talking with people.
Not necessarily. Many times it's happened here in Tampa Bay where there was a confidential informant used who was busted for weed, and she was a college student, and they don't know what they're getting into. They say, the cops make them an offer, if you give us the guy, we'll drop the charges. And the kids don't know what they're getting into, what kind of danger, and in that particular case, she was unalived. I think they found her in a lake. And the parents had no idea that any of this was going on. So it's a trap that law enforcement sets.
And for their own reasons, often to work off their own case or sometimes even for money, they'll come forward and provide that information. Other times they're just trying to be good citizens, of course. But in this case, having a repeat person who law enforcement knows that they've represented, have helped bring felony cases in the past, that's not unusual. It is unusual for a case like this, given just how unusual the homicide was. To have a confidential informant say, hey, this person admitted to me that they had a plan beforehand to commit this type of crime, totally unusual.
To that point, knowing about this potential plan beforehand, is there any legal liability for this informant to come forward to alert police to this potential murderous plan?
Well, one, you have to assume that it's true, right? There's a few items in the warrant resuscitating the person's discussion to the police officer, which give me a little pause as to the veracity of what this person was saying. But if this person knew that there was a plan to commit murder and did not alert law enforcement for it, yes, certainly there's some culpability for them as well.
And the use of this confidential informant getting criticism from two attorneys for Sade Robinson's family as well as attorney for Maxwell Anderson, particularly criticizing the fact that this person has anonymity. Do defense teams have a legal right to learn the identities of police informants?
Not up front. There's some barriers to get through, but it's not uncommon for the prosecution to hold back the identity of an informant. In fact, there's a lot of public policy reasons why you would not want to expose who that person is. Now,
so it's rumored that they will be bringing in confidential informants, and these are federal informants from what I understand, and they won't reveal their identities, which gives Ann Taylor no opportunity to discredit them. And you have to remember that the anyway, good.
If the prosecution wants to bring that person into court, obviously we're going to learn who that person was. Now, what's really interesting about this case is the police were in that house 2 times already. And
you have to remember that I can't remember. These confidential informants are under the duress of law enforcement to get out of whatever charges they have or whatever privileges there be, as they are discussed, whatever privileges that the inmate or suspect or that they're working with would have in the jail or to get out of charges. Okay, so they'll say what they are told to say in many cases. And if you don't think that that's true, pick up paper, grab the papers, get the paper.
And the informant 2 weeks later said, hey, you have to look in the basement. And they used his statement to go back in a 3rd time.
And that's something that gives you pause?
Well, certainly. A big hole in this case for the prosecution is there doesn't seem to be any remnants of this dismemberment. You can think how gory and awful this would have been, and there would have been blood and other matter from the victim in the house. And so far as we know, there's been none found.
All right.
So anyway, that about wraps up everything I had to say. I hope everybody slept well, and I'm glad you joined me today. I will look forward to talking to you in the chats